vanished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Crystal Dynamics presents Solar Eclipse for the Sega Saturn from 1995, and this game has one of my favorite things of all time in it. Mid-90s full-motion video scenes. This is an art form which has been lost for years and replaced with crappy CGI, big actors on cardboard sets. In fact, I think my greatest disappointment with this game is that the acting and the sets are actually pretty good.
It's an hour from now.
Yeah, I already did the math.
All right, people. You've seen the tape. After that, 1,792 people got real quiet.
They did a somewhat competent job here, and this stars Claudia Christian, who many of you might remember from Babylon 5. The back of the packaging says, "Ride the Death Pony." How can you dislike a game that has Ride the Death Pony on? I don't know what the Death Pony is, but I want to ride it. You have two camera modes. I'm playing behind the spaceship. You can also take a cockpit view, but I think it's easier to see the train when you're behind it, like Star Fox or so many other games from the era. I always imagined that the actors would show up in the mid-90s to record for a video game, and they'd arrive at a garage with cardboard sets and just roll their eyes. Really? I once did a movie with Spielberg, and now I'm in a Sega Saturn game. Sounds like a promotion, actually. I guess depending on which Spielberg movie.
Not exactly textbook flying, stuntman.
Why don't you ask him what happened over Havana in '87? Let me know if you change your mind.
Solar Eclipse is nearly impossible. This game is hard as nails. And even with cheat codes, it's still difficult. I think I could get through 4 levels of this game, and after that, you've just got to memorize. You've got to find like the perfect path through each of the levels, because you will run out of ammo.
I'm deep 6 behind something. Just below Mach.
In the future, everybody wears Vietnam-era helicopter pilot helmets. Even though your laser ammo in Solar Eclipse is infinite, your missiles are not. You have a special weapon where you launch a bunch of missiles out at enemies. Comes in handy for boss battles. And while you're flying through each of these caverns or space environments, you can also pick up some additional firepower with those bonus weapons, but you'll lose them if you start taking damage, because once you deplete your shields, it then starts to deplete your special weapons.
Mission objective destroyed.
You're 2 for 2, stuntman.
Kelp may not like your moves, but I don't hear Hopscotch complaining.
I hate this. Losing an engine, job only got half done.
And that only looks like half of an X-Wing fighter. Hey, look at all the blinking lights behind her.
Take a quick look. Loading.
That lets you know that it's in the future, where everything has blinking lights, or at least it did in 1995. You've actually got to give this game some credit for having good special effects for the era, for a video game, and decent lighting. Lighting is usually where they really screwed these up, but this game actually has some pretty good lighting on the actors. I mean, the acting's not good, not by any means, but it's still better than a lot of other games from the era. However, hold on. How many other games from back in the day have a bonus level where you blow up cows and listen to burping? Oh yeah, Solar Eclipse has it all. It's classy. Some levels require that you rotate your spaceship 90 degrees using the L and R buttons on your Saturn controller, and yes, you can also crash into things and explode. It's a very difficult game. Thankfully, you can save your progress on the Saturn, and as you can see, it plays pretty well. It's a good-looking game. Crystal Dynamics is known for doing some pretty good work, I think, at least. I mean, look, they gave you a level where you blow up ATVs or something, and then go shoot things underwater. These are actually cheat code levels. And if you have the action replay, you can just go full invincible, but obviously you get your best bang for the buck if you actually try to beat the game, which is fairly lengthy, and I think you'll find it's really tough. The enemies are just relentless, it's easy to crash into things. But a lot of fun, and there's a decent plot, which is a bit like Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Hey, stop it. If you shoot that thing there, you think it'll burn? Fire.
And most of the time, there'll be some actors talking you through each of the levels, with a little picture-in-picture, and then you've got those awesome 90s cutscenes. Solar Eclipse is a cool spaceship shooter for your Sega Saturn, and I've got a classic game room shout-out and thank you going to Frank from San Leandro, California once again. Thank you, Frank. This one is very cool if you like these spaceship-style games like this, and mid-90s full-motion video scenes like me. And Claudia Christian is not hard on the eyes either, especially when she's looking very serious with all of those blinky lights behind her.
Spinner.
I'm checking.
Classic Game Room is brought to you by Ethel the Cyborg Ninja, Book 1, and Jesus the Coked Up Chicken #1, Special Edition, now on Amazon. Welcome to the Lord Carnage Club, being shouted from within. A turbo volcano! Starting with Andy and Abby Schleiss. Jeff Breyer. Derek Langley. Michael and Ariana Nelson. Benjamin Woodring. Steven Chucknick. Al Stever. Ian Shore. You sure are awesome. Jason Goy. Sergio Matthias Hergert. Chip Sank Bale. Busy Signal. Sean Zoltek. Rick DeBarros. Philip Strabenmuller. Jack Stavris. Ohad Kane. And Tiago Pereira dos Santos Silva from Porto, Portugal. Tiago Pereira dos Santos Silva from Porto, Portugal.